to the Bahamas. So much fun.
We have everything you could possibly think of to
Yeah.
figure out how to get into the Bahamas.
She was so funny last night. She was like, we only had to fill out 3 forms. I was like, yeah, only 3 forms.
And then one of the forms we have to have 3 copies of. So
Flying to the Bahamas is a lot of paperwork.
yeah, at least. Well, no, that's a lie. Two of them are physical paper copies. One of them, which is the EPIS, is online.
Good idea.
So it's going to be 17 per person.
Alright, can you break my brain?
Yep. You carried enough to change the whole island.
Alright guys, so we were finally able to contact Approach. We weren't able to contact NASA Approach, which is what was listed at Treasure Cay, but we were able to contact Freeport Approach, and they had given me an expected flight plan, which was different as filed because I filed direct. So they gave us an expected, and it was to a VOR radial DME point. And then when we were talking to Freeport, they gave us Yankee 624, and now that's via the waypoint Surfin, Angie, Port Pierce. So we got that all straightened away. It was pretty stressful for a minute because we had the squelch on, so there was extra white noise happening. But we figured it out.
We got it done.
We got it
We
done.
got it done.
We are talking to ATC. We are on an IFR flight plan. We filed the C7 at customs for our departure.
Yeah.
I
Talked to the very nice man at customs.
Oh my gosh.
Very
yeah.
nice. Oh.
So you have to call CBP, which is the Customs Board Protections.
Yeah, I think so.
Protections, because we have to schedule an appointment with them for when we land. And we have filed the APHIS this morning, and then we looked at the. So yeah, we called the guys up at CPB. They were giving us like a little bit of attitude, because we were just like so confused.
So, I was told by multiple people that you call them up an hour ahead. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to call and ask questions. And then, so I called and asked the question, and then he was like, "Didn't you look at our fact sheet?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I don't know what that is. Can you tell me?" And he's like, "Every pilot knows what the fact sheet is." And I was like, I don't. Can you? And then he's like, "Call me back when you have the fact sheet." And then, so I was like, "Okay, thank you, bye," hung up. Looked at the fact sheet, and then it was like, you have to call 2 hours before your departure
which is
time.
what we were told. So we were
Yeah.
doing what we were supposed to do.
I was doing it way before we were told to do it. Thank goodness. And so I had to call him back after reviewing the fact sheet. The fact sheet said, "Please have your APIS done," which I already had done, and then call before 2 hours before 2 hours before your departure time. And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." So I called him back, and then he got very upset at me because he put me on hold for 15 minutes, and it got too close to 10:30, which was 10:30 was 2 hours within our.
Yeah. So we had called him before, And then he yelled at us for being like super close to that 2-hour mark. So if anybody has flown to the Bahamas before, can comment down below on the best way to go about this seamlessly so that we don't get yelled at again or don't get given attitude.
He also threatened that we were close to being in violation.
Yes.
And I said,
but we weren't.
but I don't. And oh, the other issue was they opened at 10.
Yeah.
And so then he was trying to explain to us how we should do it, but the way he was explaining it was confusing because he's like, it doesn't matter when you file the EPUS. And then we're like, so we could call you before filing the EPUS, and he said that doesn't make sense. And we got more confused.
Yeah, we were just asking questions for clarification, and we just got yelled at and even more confused.
Yeah, but apparently what he was trying to say in confusing words was you have to file the APIS first, then it doesn't matter when, you just call customs. And so once you have the APIS, then you can call customs and let them know, like, hey, you get your little code, the street code, and then you just schedule an appointment with them. And we got a little bit more confused, because he said we could file it that morning and we should have called sooner.
Yeah.
But they had just opened at 10 when I called. So, that's okay though.
Dude, the Bahamas, so much fun. Flying in, flying out, a little bit stressful, not too stressful, not as much as you think it would be. It's actually relatively easy as long as you have like all the right forms filled out. But we'll find out after we land and if we get put in handcuffs or not.
Yeah. So, coming to the Bahamas, you have to have a few things. One, you have to make sure that your plane and yourself have a radio station license for the plane and a radio license for yourself. Next, you need a custom sticker, which is like $32, and you got to stick it on the plane. And that's important because when you file the APIS, you use that sticker number for your APIS, which is important. Next, you need C-17 forms. I think
it's like some kind of...
C7 forms. You need 3 of those. Then you need Bahamian custom forms. And you can get those in the Bahamas, or sometimes the airport, if you're like departing from one along the East Coast, they said they would have them sometimes. Alright, yeah, those are the 2 forms I filled out. And then the APIS. So those are the 3 forms you need coming in. And they recommend you have 3 filled out forms of the C7. I say you have 4 and keep 1 blank because we needed 1 coming back in. And then fees. When landing, you can call them ahead of time. But essentially for our arrival total, it was $173.55. That included a landing fee, a customs fee, and per person fees. Then it's depending on where you're going, because we landed at Treasure. We were going over to Turtle. It was a $20 taxi ride to the ferry. And then
the ferry was another added cost.
It was like $15 per person for the ferry.
Yeah.
And so that was leaving. On the way back, we had some friends drop us off. And so we only had a $20 taxi. And then it was $31 a person to depart.
Yeah, so $62 in total.
Yep, to leave.
Yeah. And then...
cash. You come here, they do not take card. I called the FBO and they said they take card, but the customs ladies do not, and they do not carry change.
Yeah.
So the FBO, you can call them to see what they guess the customs or the total cost would be, but make sure to bring some change and
bring a little bit extra for like tipping and stuff. They're very big on tips out here.
Yes.
And the customs ladies might charge you a little extra.
Yeah.
And then fuel over at Treasure Cay was about like $7 per gallon for 100 lodad. I think in total, we just filled it up to tabs because we're gonna fill up at our next stop. And I think in total it was like $133 for 13 gallons because of the added tax as well. What do you think the grand total is for everything?
Give me a second while I pull up a calculator. And for our trip to the Bahamas, it was $442.55. Which, I mean, for how long we stayed and how much fun we had.
Yeah. We stayed for about like 4 to 6 days. And we were there while all the snowmageddon, 15 inches of snow was happening. So I'm not mad about being stuck in the Bahamas at all. I mean, we had an absolutely terrible time. So, yeah. You got more tan than I did. I got a little bit of a tan going. Yeah.
But we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves.
Barely.
Definitely.
Just barely.
We stayed at the Key Lime House.
Yes.
It was fantastic. And we got, you go like right off the dock and there's fish everywhere. We saw fish the size of dinner
We
plates.
saw sharks.
Yes.
Sharks swimming right by the dock. It was crazy.
They were really cool. We saw a nurse shark during the day, and then at night, one of our friends went fishing, and so after she threw back the fish, like 2 sharks cruised by. It was really cool. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what was your favorite food you tried?
Oh, I liked everything. They had lots of lobster. We went to the Walla Walla Shack and got conch salad. They make it right there in front of you. I already said the lobster, right? Hog fritters are also very good as well. There's a lot of good stuff.
Alright, let me see.
Fish tacos. Fish tacos were good. Oh, we also saw sea turtles.
Yes.
And she swam with nurse sharks and the spicy pancakes.
And the spicy pancakes, which are my favorite.
The spicy pancakes kind of scared me because they like to come right up on you and on your feet. And it snuck up on me like one too many times. So after that, I was like, nope. No, thank you.
They do not understand personal space.
Yeah, no, they have no boundaries.
God. Yeah.
If you have squid, they just, yeah.
It was really cool. We got the drone out, and we took some drone shots so you can see the spiced pancakes, and then there was a bunch of fish, and then there was a needle-nosed fish that was like 2 feet long.
Yeah, the gar, right? I think it was gar.
I don't think we saw any gar. It was a pinfish.
Oh, okay.
It's the they have like a really skinny like
yeah,
thingy
skinny
in the
body,
front.
and then like the stripes. I think it's gar.
Well,
Gar. I don't know if that's a thing. Somebody said it was a gar, so I was like, okay. What else did we do?
a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of lounging in the sun, a lot of looking for little sea critters.
Oh, we went to Sea Grapes. It was right next to the Key Lime House. It's like a 5-minute walk.
Oh yeah,
So good.
yes. Like every single day for breakfast. So, or at least I was there every single day for breakfast. And they got a little cafe there, so you can go get stuff from the cafe, go to the beach. There's lots of beaches to like walk along to, which is super nice.
Every beach we went to was not crowded. There was maybe,
Yeah.
if you laid there, we laid there at one for like 5 hours. And we would get in the water, we get out of the water. It was fantastic.
And there was only 3 other people there.
Yeah, and they came for like 30 minutes and left.
Yeah.
And the beaches are pristine.
Yeah, the sand is so soft. But yeah, if you ever want to go to the Bahamas, go in January and February when the off season is. It's a little bit chillier, but not as chilly as the -5 degree weather we are returning to.
not as cold as we're about to be.
I know. We have all of our coats and sweatshirts ready to go in the back seat because we know that as we get closer, it's gonna get colder and colder.
Yeah, we left before Snowmageddon was predicted,
Yeah,
and so we were in Florida, and so like we're like, oh yeah, we'll come back. It'll be all nice.
yeah.
Won't be hell freezing over, and yeah, now we get to find out what hell freezing over looks like. Oh yeah, and a flying tip. If you are leaving, if you land at Treasure Cay or Marsh, on there it says contact Nassau Approach. You will not be able to reach them. So we had to call Freeport Approach to pick up our flight plan, or activate our flight plan. So that's a hot tip. And then
Ooh, we're about to cross the ATIS line.
about to be American.
Take a video of that real quick.
I don't remember what time I put on the EVIS for us crossing over.
Figure it out.
Oh, what was our discrete code? Mike Charlie?
Mike Charlie. Oh yeah, when you call customs, they give you a code. Ours is Mike Charlie. We're not sure when to use it, but I think we'll be able to figure it out. Probably Miami Approach is going to ask before we land. It's my guesstimate, but we shall see.
We will figure out.
Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Conversations in the Cockpit. Make sure that you like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, comment, any way you guys want to engage, so that we can continue these conversations. Anyways, I hope you like this episode. See ya!